great day. Breeze blowing in off the sea. This is paradise.
Island life is the best.
Hey man, what did you think about that ship busting up yesterday?
Pretty wild. And we had the best seat in the house, watching from up here in our tree.
Those guys who couldn't swim were pretty crazy to watch. They were grabbing hold of anything that would float.
Yeah, I heard you yelling at that one guy. Hang on, dude. You can make it. Kick, kick.
I was just worn out watching them. And then when they got on the sandy beach, man, they just collapsed.
Some of those guys didn't wake up for a couple hours after they reached shore.
Those were rough seas to come in on. It was amazing that every single man made it safely.
Hey, who's that Paul guy that everybody on the island's talking about?
You mean you didn't see what happened last night?
I closed my eyes early last night. I was exhausted after watching that crew haul it in to shore.
There's this guy named Paul who is actually a prisoner on that ship. A bunch of the islanders built a fire for the waterlogged crew. Prisoners and crew were all drying out around the fire.
Yep, I think that's about the time I fell asleep.
Then they talked and they told stories for a couple of hours. The fire slowly started to go out. This Paul guy decided to throw some more wood on the fire, but when he did, this nasty old poisonous snake sprung up out of the wood pile. It wrapped itself around his arm and chomped into Paul's flesh. Paul flung his arm and threw that thing.
Where's this Paul dude now? I mean, when's the funeral?
Oh, there's no funeral. He didn't die. Actually, nothing happened. I just about fell out of this tree watching so closely. Nobody said a word. We were all just waiting for him to keel over or something.
Man, I always miss the good stuff.
That's when one of the islanders took off running to get Publius.
You mean the ruler of the island? No, man, I didn't miss him too.
Yep. The islanders thought that this Paul must be a god. If a poisonous snake wouldn't hurt him. But Paul kept yelling that he wasn't a god. Then he started talking about another guy named Jesus, who is the Son of God. Talk about interesting. Things really got interesting then.
Where's Paul now?
Well, after Publius showed up and he talked with Paul, next thing I saw was Paul going home with the head island dude.
There's nobody around. Where did everybody go?
Right before you woke up, I heard them talking about what happened when Paul went to Publius's house. You know that his father had been sick. You do know that, don't you? Or did you sleep through that too?
I'm cool with that.
You know, it's pretty high up here, and sometimes it's hard to hear every word. But what I made out was that Paul healed Publius's father. Everybody's gone to get sick people to take them to Paul. I guess they're hoping he'll heal all of them.
What about the Jesus guy?
Paul keeps talking about him. Apparently, he really changed Paul's life. It seems like a bunch of islanders are believing what Paul is telling them. Things are going to change around here. Really change. So stay awake.
Oh, I will.